on to more women being fucking dope and awesome.
Yes.
Ahsoka trailer.
Oh,
Now, I know you got a lot more hype for this than me because you'd already seen all of Rebels. I've only just started Rebels.
mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you're going to be able to fill a lot more in for us here.
Yes.
What I
There.
do know
Go on.
is that it looked phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And having already watched a couple of episodes of Rebels now,
Mm-hmm.
the character design for the characters who are in Rebel that are in this as well
Mm-hmm.
is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Hera and Sabine look brilliant.
They do. And we also saw Chopper,
Yeah.
which I probably was more hyped for because I've just like we've had him cameo in the background of Rogue One. It was I think confirmed, but like you will grow to love Chopper as you watch Rebels, and you're gonna be excited to see what shenanigans he's gonna get up to in live action.
I'm very excited.
Um, but yeah, so there we saw Hera in I think the ship's called Ghost One. I forget
Yes. The Ghost.
the Ghost. Looks incredible. Sabine looks incredible. Um, you won't know this, and it's not a spoiler or anything, but in the trailer there's a shot of Sabine on a tower as ships fly over.
Uh-huh.
That is a direct recreation of the final shot in Rebels.
Oh, okay.
So they've taken the final shot and redone it in live action. Now, to note, which this is where I've been getting confused for a while on this build up, is there's been a lot of like, this is a continuation from Rebels. But then it's also, we saw Ahsoka and Mando, so is it set in the Mando thing? She's older. Ahsoka is going to be set after season 3 of Mando,
Mm-hmm.
but there is going to be flashbacks and time hops back to previous
Got you.
stuff.
Got you.
Which is why we're also going to see Anakin and Darth Vader apparently at some point in this. So I'm thinking that shot is her. There's a mention of when they left or whatever, or where they left off, and it'll time hop and show us that. Because that shot nearly threw me off. I was like, oh, they're going to carry on from the end, but no. I'm trying to think what else because I don't want. There's David Tennant's back as Huang, the droid, the lightsaber droid, which you'll remember from Clone Wars,
Yeah.
the one that helped the younglings.
Yeah.
Interested to see how he's going to be important. I'm wondering if Ahsoka's going to need him to. It's either going to be something to do with her own lightsabers, or it's going to be something to do with his mass knowledge of Jedi that because he can remember every Jedi he's helped build a lightsaber for.
Yeah.
So whether it's going to be that for finding people, maybe.
It's definitely going to be interesting, and I'm excited to get to see Thrawn.
Yes, Lars Mikkelsen is back as live action Thrawn. We see the back of his head because obviously they don't want to reveal him yet.
Which had the internet melting.
Yes, I'm so ready. And then we got that. Well, we already have had Zeb reveal in Mando, so I would imagine we'll see Zeb in Ahsoka. The other two people that we saw in the trailer, I had to look up because there's a couple of like red lightsaber wielding people,
Yeah,
who we've not seen before. So the older guy is Balin Skull apparently, and the girl was Shin Hati. That apparently in other Star Wars stories or something, they are a master and an apprentice of the dark side. So some people were going his lightsaber looks orange.
Well, I saw a TikTok about this.
Mm-hmm.
So someone asked Dave Filoni about that. He was like, "Did I detect a hint of orange in that lightsaber?" And he's like, "Oh, you have a good eye." Yes. So there's like a twofold reason for this. I remember watching the original trilogy
Mm-hmm.
that Vader's lightsaber wasn't always red. Sometimes it was a little bit lighter and more of an orange. So it's a little bit of an homage to that. But it's also maybe a case of maybe not as all as it seems with this character.
Mm.
So maybe they're not pure evil. But an orange lightsaber already has a meaning in Star Wars lore now, doesn't it? I
So
know it didn't originally, but they do now cover a lot more colors.
yeah, so yellow and white is like grey Jedi, like neutral. Orange is something to do with the Sith side. I'm not sure if it's someone that is like a Sith, the
So
lightsaber changing.
in Legends, orange were most often wielded by Force sensitives who identified as grey Jedi's.
Yeah, I think they're the ones that are like kind of more leaning dark side from grey
Yeah.
Jedi. Like they're not straight neutral. So it could be
So
a
I feel
case of
like
it's
white is supposed to be like the perfect grey Jedi.
yeah. Then it goes
Yellow is
yellow.
more Jedi side of
Yes,
Force Jedi,
possibly.
and then orange is more Sith side.
Possibly. And it could be that they're going from being Sith to grey, or it could be they're going grey to Sith. Because if you want to go with the um, lore idea that you bleed lightsabers
Yeah, you bleed
uh,
the kyber crystal to make it red.
and all that, then it's like the color of the lightsaber represents the person. It's not necessarily the color of a crystal. So in that theory, like his lightsaber could be slowly changing.
Yeah, but
It's it,
that's why Ahsoka's is white, isn't it? Because she had
yes,
to heal the kyber crystal from an Inquisitor. Is that correct?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I the shot of them two fighting,
Yeah, that's in like the place between or something.
which you won't have a fucking clue what it is. I'm not going to spoil that.
It's a name I know. Was it ever mentioned in Clone Wars?
No. You might have heard it
Because
from someone mentioning about Rebels. You will
maybe.
discover in Rebels what that is. And if that is true, I'm very excited to see.
So it's big and important and scary and cool.
Yes. Other than that, I don't think there was much else like huge revealed. Obviously, visually looks stunning.
Yeah.
There was one very small detail that I forget the actress's name for Ahsoka. But she's obviously spent like they've spent a lot of time on how to like details that will help transfer obviously Clone Wars animated Ahsoka into live action. And there's one bit where she does like when she's holding a lightsaber, she does like the sort of like the rock on symbol with her fingers.
Yeah.
That is from the animated thing, and she does it in the live action. Loads of people picked up on that detail and were really happy about like just small things like that really show they've put a lot of thought. And I'm not surprised. This is Dave's child we're dealing with here, essentially. He is
Dave is gonna make sure it's done proper.
he is gonna make sure this is done perfectly. So yeah, I'm very excited for Ahsoka, and I do think so. Here, going back to kind of Mando and what we might see in Mando finale, I think we get a, I think we get a throne reveal in Mando to set up Ahsoka.
Quite possibly. Quite
Um,
possibly.
But yeah,